The old Tom T. Hall song says, I was sitting in Miami, pouring blended whiskey down, when this old gray-haired black gentleman pulled up a chair and he sat down. He said there's not but three things in this old world worth a solitary dime: old dogs and children and watermelon wine. Hey everybody, good Saturday morning. Eddie William Sellers coming to you from a little dining room here in East Point. It is 8:15 in the morning. A little pollen going on. Cool. It's cool this morning. I got a little fireplace going, having me a cup of coffee. No, I didn't. I got it right here. Anyhow, let's do the morning post this morning, y'all. Boom Boom likes this time of year. He gets to lay by a fire in the early morning. This is the first morning of the fall that I have put the fireplace on, turned the fireplace on. We are a week before November, if I can get my reading right here. The year is quickly heading toward the end. There still seems like there's a lot to get done before the year winds down. Yard work, the key roadhouse, bills to be paid. This is the time of year to start putting the year to bed, even though Thanksgiving and Christmas have to be squeezed in also. This wasn't a year of going to the movies for me and Ava, or Ava and I. I don't really remember any of the movies that was out this past year, except for Wicked. I loved Wicked, but I've seen the play 3 or 4 times, and I love the version of the movie also. Are movies going to become a thing of the past? Are they going to be like Blockbuster at some point? You know, Blockbuster went from being a $6 billion business, and then they invested $2 million into, quote-unquote, what they called an online streaming service. It basically wiped Blockbuster off the map, and now everybody's streaming. More and more people would rather binge-watch shows and sit in the comfort of their homes, and we all have these high-def, 4K, high-definition TVs. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe movie houses will not be around for long. We went over to the West Side Food Court yesterday evening. Ava wanted a burger. That place is pretty amazing over here in West End. It's not far from where we live in East Point either. And you go into that food court, and they got any kind of food you want: dumplings, Korean barbecue, cupcakes, chicken, whatever. There's a place over there that's called Big Ass Burgers. And y'all, I'm not a penny pincher. I never have been. I kind of spend money loosely and probably unwisely, you know. One of the odd things about me is I'm 70 years old, and in all my life, I've had checking accounts, but I've never kept a checkbook. I never kept up with a balance. I've never, what they call it when the end of the month, they make sure every penny dot. I never have looked at a checkbook in my entire life. You know, I'm like, yeah, if money's in there, it's in there. I ain't worry about it. So I never have been a penny pincher. What I call a penny pincher, you know, people, you know what I mean. I done got so far off track now. Do I just start over? But let's try to keep going. We ate at Good Ass Burgers. I know I should be used to this because I have never been a penny pincher, but it still surprises me when fast food burgers start at $18 a burger and go up all the way up to $28, depending on what you put on it. So basically $50 for 2 burgers, a fry, and a Coke. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that just seems a lot. You know, when I used to take $5 and go through a Crystal and get a 5 Crystal meal with fries and a Coke to go with it. I don't know. It just makes me scratch my head a little bit. Prices are just so astronomical on everything. Sidetrack. I ordered binding strips from a place, Peep Squirrel in Tennessee. I ordered them from the shop. You put the little strips on things. Last year, the order I placed was $290. I placed the same order this year, $448. I called him. I said, "Is there a mistake? That seems like a. Did I order more this year than I did last year?" He said, "No. It's just the prices have gone up from $290 to $448. And it's like that across everything, everything. So anyhow, it is 7:15 as I sit in the dark this morning by the fire and I write this. I can hear the sound of Boom Boom snoring by the fire. He and Gracie are cold-natured little dogs. The country seems to be in a mess, doesn't it, y'all? Just a big old pile of shit. That's what the country feels like right now. We are just sitting in a big old pile of shit and a dumpster fire, And I know we have to walk this line where, Eddie, we don't need to be so negative, and we need to be positive, and we need to look on the bright side of things and all like that. But we need to be realistic also. The country just is in a mess, And this government shutdown, nobody knows how it's going to end or when it's going to end. The headline in the AJC this morning says that 35,000 workers just in Georgia alone are going to lose their jobs because of the $1 trillion in cuts of subsidies in health care to pay for the tax cuts of billionaires of the country. I thought about this morning. It would be something if the Republicans said, we're going to cut $1 trillion because our national debt is outrageous and we need to cut this and somehow balance or bring into balance more of our national debt. They didn't take a penny off the national debt. They added to it because they cut $1 trillion, but turn around and give that $1 trillion to the richest millionaire and billionaire class of the country. And yeah, it's odd, isn't it? It's odd. So life is complex, y'all. I used to think that I wanted to downsize, which I did, and simplify things and create a simple little life and just get by and take it easy and live an uncomplicated life, down-to-earth life. But was life ever really meant to be simple or uncomplicated or easy? I have learned that life is about moving on, letting go, not going back. Sometimes I don't even know if it is healthy to even look back, but I often do. You can't fix what's in the past. You can't go back and change things. What's done is done. Life has taught me that the best way forward is just to forgive yourself and let it go and move on, even if others don't. The wonderful thing about life is that we have a choice in our happiness. The old song in the church says, in church days started off by saying, I've had good days, but I've had hills to climb. It's odd, but a week ago in New York now seems like a long time ago. And yet, some things that were a long time ago seem like they were just yesterday. The mind is a strange thing, isn't it? Maybe Tom T. Hall was right when he wrote about old dogs and children and watermelon wine. I feel that song this morning as old Boom Boom is snoring away and the fire is warming me and my coffee is my watermelon wine. Good Saturday morning, sweet people. Take time to breathe in life today. It is fall. You are just alive today as anybody else that is alive. The picture, Boom Boom. Oh, excuse me. And Gracie, warming by the fire. Old dogs care about you, even when you make mistakes. And God bless the little children while they're still too young to hate. He said there's only 3 things in this old life that's worth a solitary dime. Old dogs and children and watermelon wine. Love y'all.